Breakfast Club. Mayor Eric Adams,
yeah,
and Olay.
That's a goofy guy.
Yeah, man. Olay dropped 40 on this nigga's head, and when she had hit, she hit. It came out the next day. She hit me the day before. We're gonna call her too, just so everybody knows. But she hit me after she got done doing it. It just like she FaceTime, and I said, "Oh, this must be good." She don't. It's normally a text.
Yeah.
As soon as she answered, she's got that look like. I said, "What happened?" She was like, she said, "I just went crazy on that nigga." I said, "Damn."
The full 12 rounds.
Yeah, bro. She dropped 40 on this nigga, bro. So shout out to Charlamagne too, because Charlamagne. I would say I like that political talk. Okay, so I'm never gonna miss a chance to dunk on 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝚃. You know what I'm saying? Just because I hate her being there as
Miss Figaro.
Yeah, I hate her presence,
her uselessness.
And, every time she's there, it's just like
she ruins thumbnails.
She might know what she's doing. I don't know because I'm not in that world, but she damn sure does not come off well. She doesn't present it well, and it's just a cringe fest. Every
you need
time
a little pizzazz on your politics.
Yeah, because that's the thing with that's with all politics. The right be whooping the left's ass because these niggas are, whether you like what they're saying or not, they go crazy on the microphone.
Yeah.
Trump says some borderline racist shit, goes viral. You know what I mean? It's just like the left don't have no dogs on the mic. They still trying to play this fake politic, and I answer. This seems like the right is just like, hey, nigga, this is what it is.
There's a lot of mayors getting shitted on. Isn't the Baltimore mayor? He getting pooped on too. The DEI mayor.
Yeah, I think so.
Shout out to him, man.
But so instead of having 𝙿𝙾𝚃 there to ruin this experience, Charlamagne did the right thing and reached out to somebody who overall is going to be better on the microphone and put a better performance on. So he hits up Olay and doesn't even know. Actually, maybe I should just call her just to say this. Maybe because this is her story to tell.
Yeah, for
This is
sure.
only right.
This is her flu game.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not even going to do it justice.
Shout out to Olay.
Yeah,
hey man, politics is cool. You should get into it.
Yeah, you never argue with a black woman. Unless you know what you're talking about.
The assassin.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, the assassin's on the phone right now.
Hey there. Congratulations on your dismantling of a political official. That shit was surgical. I clicked on them immediately.
I'm weak. I'm
That
so
shit
weak.
was a masterclass.
Yeah.
That was a masterclass.
It was a masterclass. So
Thank you, y'all.
You're welcome. So we just started the show, and I was just kind of telling them the conversation that we had before it actually came out. But I was like, you know what? This ain't even my story to tell. Let's just call Olay real quick. She can give us a rundown. So tell us how you even ended up in the room with Mayor Eric Adams, because everybody knows. For those who don't know, Olay did a hit piece on this nigga that was like an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
It's got like, how many views is it at now?
170 something thousand.
Yeah, so and it's probably going to go up even more because the Breakfast Club joint is at like 350 right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's about to get some more gas on it. But
Can only imagine.
So this is like, in terms of ops, like y'all said, Olay is his number one op pretty much.
She's trying to get his kids to question his leadership, nigga.
So how did you even end up in the room? How did we even get to this point? Because under any right circumstance, he would not show up if he knew you were there, I'm sure.
Listen, so, I was talking about when Charlamagne had Candace Owens on the Breakfast Club.
Okay.
They, I put out a video criticizing them for that. So Charlamagne called me up in the middle of dinner. We had like a 45-minute conversation of me explaining why I think that's bad, yada, yada, yada. We have a difference of opinion on that.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah. Yep, that's what happened. Charlamagne feels like, they bring on both sides. He'll bring on somebody on the right, he'll bring somebody on the left, he'll bring somebody on, I don't agree with that, but I respect the difference of opinion. But anyhow, after we finished having that conversation, Charlamagne is like, come on the Breakfast Club next week. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. So then the next week, and maybe it's like Tuesday, the interview's on Thursday. So like Tuesday, I'm like trying to finalize the schedule, and like we didn't have it scheduled yet at all. And so I'm like, Charlamagne is like, I'm trying to have you in there with the mayor. I was like, the mayor who? Eric Adams? He's like, Yeah, I'm like, they not allowing that shit. They're not saying yes to that. They're like, ain't no way. And even down to on Thursday morning, I'm still like, ain't no way. Like I'm at the studio, I'm like, that shit not happening.
Facts.
Like I'm there. Listen, when they said, oh, he gonna be here 10:15, I'm like, this nigga gonna walk out the room. Like
he's out of there.
This interview is still not happening, child. But let me tell you, them niggas at the Breakfast Club made sure them cameras was rolling. They was already at the door. So it sure happened. And I was like, I really was trying to picture it. Like, somebody tell you something that happened. I'm like, I really was trying to see a 40-minute interview of me and Eric Adams talk. And I said, it's just no way. Something is going to happen where that isn't going to happen. But sure enough, and it looked like what it looked like.
Do you think he recognized you as soon as you walked in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to miss.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. Because if you notice, right, if you watch the interview back, like everybody be talking about how he turned his back to me after he finished set. But if you realize, he started the interview. He started the interview turning his back to me. He started the interview, like he sat down and he immediately started the whole, if you actually watch it back, the whole opening monologue is shots at me. He's like, oh, these people, he basically tried to like ingratiate himself with Charlamagne to like the hope that Charlamagne would like team up against me. He's like, oh, Charlamagne, I be feeling you, all these people online be hating on you and creating images and concepts of you on social media. And I show these people on social media who don't know nothing and da-da-da-da-da. So he was trying to take shots from his opening monologue. It was basically like he was trying to paint me like somebody who's just on social media talking shit and don't know the facts. That's why I'm like, sir.
Because he had that whole story talking about, I was just talking to my son and he was saying.
And you know when niggas just be lying. Hold on. The story was like, somehow, I don't know how your name came up. Oh yeah, it did. And he's talking about his son, like his son is like a teenage boy, like a young child. He said, that's like a grown ass nigga somewhere. What are you talking about?
This nigga paid taxes.
Yeah, it was weird. He was talking about the conversation he had with his son. Like he was educating his like 11-year-old on like how to move in the world. Like, know, that's just noise online and we have to learn how to differentiate. I'm like, this is a grown, I didn't even know it was a grown man. I thought the way he was saying the story,
grown ass man. Eric Adams' son is like a local rapper. Like a struggling rapper.
The nigga was trying to latch on to anything as a buoy. He thought that if he didn't look at you, your points would stop making sense. Like he just thought he could just avoid that shit out of sight, out of mind.
What was funny to me is the fact that he's telling me every time I'm telling him the actual facts, statistics, where they come from the Federal Monitor, he's dismissing it. But every time he opened his mouth, he giving you some anecdotal fucking story of some made up people that he ain't telling you the people are, where it's from, where you heard that. It's always conveniently, a mother this, a baby here, a blah blah blah. I'm like, who are these fucking people?
Yeah, bro. He kept trying to like pull on heartstrings. Yeah, and it's like like. Can we just address the conversation? You keep trying to take us off this sidebar, like, nigga, lock in. You're getting cooked right now. You know what I'm saying?
He thought I was gonna forget. Like he kept doing that. Like when I first brought up, the stop and frisk stuff, and he starts talking about, when he was the officer. He said when I was an officer and I testified. What the fuck? Who asked you that? Who? And I'm like, you gonna keep doing this whole monologue? I'm gonna let you get this whole monologue off, and then I'm gonna go right back to what the fuck we was talking about. Like I have 6 siblings. You're not gonna distract me.
And then every time he tried to cut you off, you was like, no, let me finish so you can peel it back.
Exactly.
The craziest Uno reverse.
And you see, that's what it takes. It takes a maniac like you who doesn't forget shit a nigga said. Like, you can just always bring it back up when it happened, why he did it.
Because you know what he tried to do as well, true. He tried to discredit or he tried to make sure we forgot that you were an attorney. So I'm glad you were like,
an activist.
Yeah, he tried to only put activists on you. And you were like, well, as an attorney and an activist, let's be very clear, my nigga.
Facts.
I'm not no bum up here. You know what I'm saying?
He kept trying to do that. Listen, let me tell you something. If I had a leather jacket on, that nigga would told y'all I was the Panthers. He was in there like,
Hey,
he was like, these far leftist radicals, like blah blah blah. The dog whistles were so loud. I was like, okay, my guy, you're not gonna offend me.
The shit that was also funny. I gotta salute Charlamagne too, because I definitely didn't miss an opportunity to dunk on Tesla before we called you, just because like the political talks suck. Especially when she's there, it just doesn't feel balanced. If nobody's there, it feels all one-sided. If she's there, it's chaos, even though I could tell they were trying to create balance.
Yeah.
It created actual chaos.
I was about to say,
like, you were the first time that you were there, it was like, you really didn't start playing with him for real until like the very end. And you had already cooked him, and then you started kind of trolling him a little bit at the end. But like, you kept
with
it
that,
level.
with the FBI investigation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you kept it level as hell the whole time, you know?
That's what happens when you cook a steak. You got to cook it, then it's got to rest.
Yeah,
you get all the juices in there and shit.
Hey, but that nigga Charlamagne, he really shout out to him for pulling one of his old tactics, you know, one of the early first 5 years of Charlamagne, where as soon as you started cooking, he was like, go ahead, loosen up your time, man. It's about to be a long day. I said, this nigga's sick. This nigga's sick.
You love to see it, and to make sure I give Charlamagne some credit, right? Because like so many people, you know, they be talking shit, especially on my side of the aisle, right? All the intellectuals, like blah blah blah, like before the interview even came out, right? Let me show you how my side of the aisle really be on some hating shit. Like before it even came out, I put out the Breakfast Club. Why are you sitting down next to Charlamagne? Why are you there? They was like, because I'm smiling in a photo. Like, it's not a professional thing. They're like, oh, you was there kissing up with the mayor and blah, blah. I'm like, that's crazy. That's like me knowing what the interview was going to be like.
And that's why, it's that dog pile shit. That's like, honestly, both sides do it. The left is more of a victim of it, where it's like, nigga, you can't even stand next and smile in the picture. Like, your own supporters was turning on you. They turned on you for 24 hours. You know what I thought was
annoying about it? This would piss me off, right? It's like, I'm smiling in a photo, so they're like, I can't even express to you how fucking annoyed I was. They're like, you gone up there, you Eric, you have all this, you call Eric Adams everything but a child of God, but you up there smiling, blah, blah. I'm like, do you niggas forget that I'm a fucking defense attorney? I cross cops for a fucking living? Like,
right,
I was like,
nigga.
Why do you think? It made no fucking sense under the green sun. I was like, I wish everybody would stop projecting this shit on me. And it was funny, too, because it was niggas who don't even have their face on their fucking Twitter profile telling you how they would have popped shit in the mayor. I'm like, they would have, you who won't even put your face on your Twitter account, you'd have flipped off the mayor, right? You would have, that'd have been you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, fuck out of here. Like, saying silly shit. And then someone... Before I did with their dumb shit, they was like, oh, you shouldn't be like helping platform these people, nigga. This is the mayor. Are you on drugs? Is it drugs? I can't platform the fucking mayor. Like,
what did they think?
Like, he's not like a random content creator we don't like. Like, this is the mayor. This is someone who's actually in power. Like, there's an actual substantive reason to like push back and take on the mayor. It's not like, you're just debating with some like right-wing figure. This is the mayor, nigga.
Right, yeah.
Like,
I'm not just going back and forth with another YouTuber
with
type
a random
shit.
nigga. This wasn't even her idea. She was invited here.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, I'm like, what are y'all talking about, my guy? But I just want to say they was talking a lot of shit like before the interview, and then even after the interview, they were like, "Oh, Charlamagne didn't do this, Charlamagne didn't do that, Charlamagne didn't do this, Charlamagne didn't do that," and I'm just like, nigga, Charlamagne let me do it at all.
Right,
like, do you understand? I wouldn't have had the opportunity at all if Charlamagne didn't extend it to me. Like, say what you want, period, whatever. But if Charlamagne didn't let me, that wouldn't have been it. That's a big, like, the same way you're like, oh, you've never seen this before. Well, it wouldn't have happened if Charlamagne didn't facilitate it. It wouldn't have happened.
100%. Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, too. Is like, I've spent plenty of time dunking on, like, Charlamagne having the political talks, but I've also known he's Charlamagne. So it's like, nigga, you have the resources around you to put the people like you in position so that we can have this constructive. So it would just be even more infuriating when like we would see him like organize this shit and it'd be like, God damn, what's happening? But this is like the first time where I'm like, nigga, this is the most entertaining. This is the best political conversation I've seen on the Breakfast Club.
I was about to say they need to get rid of that.
And you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, got to. 100%.
You got to give him. I personally, for me, I'm like, listen. I first of all, I don't like when nobody talk bad about me online, like at all. Like any kind of whatever you talking bad about me, let alone if I know you. Like if I brought a guest on Illuminati right now and AJ made a video being like, oh, I'm wrong for that, I'd be in AJ text messages ready to jump him. Like I'd be fucking heated, right? So off the strength alone, and Charlamagne, like, say people have this way on the internet of being like so dismissive of a nigga in their career and they reach in the audience, they be like, who the fuck is Charlamagne? Well, Charlamagne is a nigga with a much bigger platform than any of us, right? Like millions been doing this for a long time. This is somebody who the president got to make a stop to come talk on his show, right? So he don't have to listen to your criticism. Millions of people, thousands of people are criticizing him, right? So I have to respect the fact that I criticized him. He picked up the phone, called me, and not to round me. He was like, let me have it, Queen. Like, let me have it. Let me hear what you say. Like he took the time to hear that. Take that in, whether or not we agree or not, but he took that in, he took the criticism and then extended me an opportunity, you know what an opportunity I wouldn't get. So I'm like, for me, that's a big moment. That's a big thing. Like I would, under no circumstances would I ever think that I would get an opportunity to interview or debate Eric Adams, because there's no other way it would have. He ain't coming to learn how to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. And then it's like, even if he was doing some sort of speech or something, they're not going to call you. He's only going to be debating people he's running against and shit like that.
Right,
so
exactly.
Like,
or people where you know it's going to be
the only opportunity that it could have happened.
Mm-hmm. Right, and like people were like, "Oh, why Charlamagne didn't do this? He didn't jump in. He didn't whatever." And I was like, "Yo, he let me handle it. Like, what? If he was talking about y'all, it'd be the same ones. They'd be the same ones being like, "Oh, why don't you let the expert that you brought talk and blah 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 blah." That's what they'd be
literally,
you can't win.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, like if he was the one that was about to frontline that, if this video would be titled completely different. I'd be probably kicking his back in. You know what I'm saying?
AJ
like,
be sweating right now.
Yeah, like it'd be completely different. But it's like, shout out to Charlamagne, man. He's like, he an old nigga. He don't really, it seems like he's slow to move, but he won't make his adjustments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he do. I gotta appreciate. I gotta respect that, because I'm like, listen, I'm not confident anybody was gonna shit on me.
He'll argue to the death before he makes the adjustment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sound like my friend.
Yeah, he'll definitely argue to the death before he makes the adjustment. But the fact that he's making the adjustments, especially at so early in the year, because it's only about to heat up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see why they wouldn't bring you back up and bring you back up there.
They'd be crazy to not.
And I'm about to bring Charlamagne on Olay and Friends.
Got to.
Yeah,
got to.
Yeah, for sure.
I might have to pull up. I might have to pull up for that Olay and Friends.
Yeah.
I might have to pull up.
When AJ come on the show, AJ bring me a bunch of nothing but niggas I got to ban from my comment section.
A bunch of window shoppers.
These niggas be in the comment section pumping nothing. I'd be like, Jesus Christ, AJ, what is this?
You turning that bitch up, man.
Like, it's sick. It's sick what I be in the comments. These niggas is completely ignoring the guidelines to the comment section. They're like, disrespect.
I'm gonna be more prepared too. I'm gonna have my mic and the camera set up next time, because my Wi-Fi was tripping last time.
Literally.
But but you doing what you're supposed to do.
But you see NYPD threatening my life now.
For real?
What? I was just about to say.
NYPD is on my fucking head. Them niggas are on Twitter, like from the main accounts, like from the official NYPD accounts talking shit.
I wanted to ask you, like, were you scared, like, it was gonna be a booby trap when you opened up your door or something, like, just because you was
days after?
Because that's what I was really curious about. I don't know nothing about Eric Adams, really. I don't.
But you also got, because you got to think about it. It's like she didn't wage war on the police, but she did wage war on the police.
You talk too much, Olay.
Exactly. Yeah. Essentially.
You talk too fucking much.
Yeah.
And these are people who do grimy shit and get away with it because that's just the power they have.
And
it's very concerning.
Yeah.
Protect black women.
Yeah, make sure you safe out there. Tell CJ, hold it down, man.
And I wanted to ask.
That's the thing, right? Can't nobody do nothing but to believe. That's the thing, right? Everybody keeps saying that to me. I'm hearing that a lot from people. But I'm like, at the end of the day, right? Like, I live a safe existence. I'm a law-abiding attorney who be in my house working from home, right? Yeah. But if the police want you, if the police just like, what are you gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? I'm facts, like, personally, I was like, these niggas out here putting my face, like they out here they literally add in precincts, add in other NYPD pages, like trying to encourage the foolishness. Like the Post dropped a hit piece on me, Fox News dropped a hit piece on me, NYPD on Twitter going crazy. And the worst part is, to me, the scariest part is that they're not winning the court of public opinion war. Like, they getting ratioed and chewed out on Twitter. Their shit ain't making no traction, which makes me feel more like, oh, these niggas gonna get mad and fucking retaliate. You know what I mean? Like, they getting ratioed to death, but I'm like, oh Jesus! Like, I gotta be black in my neighborhood, visible like this. I'm like, I might need to change my hair again, because
if you were still walking around the straight, it's time to go back to the. Time to go back to the faux locks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You need to switch ethnicities.
Dead ass. Because they don't have nothing, right? Like, they literally, which tells you he really got his ass whooped, right? Like, they just scrambling. I thought it was funny seeing there was niggas, there's an elk of pro cop niggas that just can't stand your black woman ass talking
Yeah,
thing. And they
facts.
were like, oh, she was so ghetto and ratchet and loud and masculine. I was like, you niggas is really hating now because I came up there and gave y'all a review.
Because not only that,
If you think that was masculine, I hate to see you at home, nigga.
right,
Son of a bitch.
because that's the thing. Look, you switched your hair up too. You kind of assimilated with the
I was
hair.
about, you was a little European-ish in that motherfucker.
you assimilated so you could violate.
Assimilated?
You know
No, nigga. She went up with elegance.
Listen, everybody commented on that. I was like, listen, they're like, you going in there and gave them people your best Olivia
I
Pope.
was saying, nigga,
Yeah,
that
facts. Yeah.
lace front was laid.
You know how old? Listen, I'm like, you know how black people receive you. You know the respectability politics. I was like, I gotta give them their version of what
You
a
got
successful
to.
black
You got
woman
to.
lawyer
It's
looks
part of
like.
the game.
Oh,
It's just that's just what it is. It's part of the game. I gotta
If
assimilate so I can violate.
If you
know?
look at my first Breakfast Club interview, I look like an entirely different nigga.
No, literally, yeah, you do
You probably
for
look
sure.
like a nigga.
Yeah, because you had the locks in then, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
CJ wants you to know. CJ Stella is next to me telling me that he DM'd you all the NYPD's harassment tweets. He really wanted
He
you to know
did.
that. He's
Okay.
next to me deciding that's urgent.
Okay, hold on.
But I
'Cause
wanted to
we'll put
ask-
him on the screen.
I wanted to ask you because I noticed that during, like, towards the end, he tried to merge kingdoms with you, and he was like, "I could tell you're a passionate person. You care. We might have to collaborate."
That
in
man
the
talking a
future."
bunch of shit.
I about to say he didn't extend nothing after the interview.
That man is not serious about no working with
about to
me.
say.
If Eric Adams, if them cameras wasn't there, I don't think, if y'all knew how fucking hot that man was, by the time I brought up that FBI investigation, in
The
a different
phones.
world, if he could have jumped across that table and
He
choked me
would've.
out, he would have.
His backhand would have started twitching. Nah, for real though.
Dead ass, like, cause y'all are like dead ass. If I had tried to get that, if we had that not been an interview and that just been a conversation in a room, that the first question I asked him to be like, if y'all don't get this bitch out of here,
Yeah, no, dead ass. Yeah. If it was on if it was on his turf, it would have went a completely different way.
Like,
I'm about to send these.
100%.
I'm about to send these over to Lauren right now so he can put some of them on the screen. We can read them.
So yeah, they've been going ham on Twitter.
airdropping.
But
That's good.
people been
though.
airing them out.
That's
Hey.
good though. That was Candace Owens' origin story too.
Don't compare it to that, but that
Not
is
compared
good.
to
That
that.
means
That's
you're
what
doing.
got
Thank
us.
you.
But that's
Thank
what
you,
got
Jay
us
Noble.
notoriety.
Thank you.
That means that does.
Don't do
honestly-
that.
Jay Noble,
Candace
Jay
Owens is
Noble,
your
you right,
girl.
want to be in
Look,
that
I
kind
love
of
black
company.
people.
Thank you.
But honestly, Olay, that means like you're doing something good. The fact that like they're fighting against you, but they're also not winning like the social, like you said,
The social media part, yeah.
You know, the people.
Public opinion.
The
The
public opinion.
Public opinion. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
That's
you know I
crazy.
dropped my receipts video just because they did that. You know what's funny?
Yes, that'll
I
be
was-
linked in the comments as well too.
Yeah, nah.
I did that just because NYPD was talking shit. Just for like, you know what I mean? Just cause
Wait.
like, oh, you like.
But honestly, outside of like, it is kind of funny. But do you think you should be mocking the NYPD? You think that's a
Go down to the bottom first because I think this is a repost.
I mean, what you gonna do?
okay, scroll. No, scroll up.
if they get you, they get you. Fucking.
All
Like
right.
at the end of the day, right? Like
It's nothing
it
you
just
can do,
is what
honestly.
it is. That's the thing, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody keeps saying, like it just is what it is. It's not like I'm not somebody who just be like, oh, fuck the police arbitrarily. Like it's not like, and the funny thing, I've seen people be like that, like these men that want to defend Eric Adams, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
he doesn't like Eric Adams. He has a problem with Eric Adams. Yes, I have a fucking problem with Eric Adams as a fucking a lawyer, an advocate, a person who lives in this city, who's informed, who's a criminal justice expert.
Yeah.
I know. I have a substantive reasons. Like if you watch my Eric Adams expose, it's not like a fuck this nigga because he's bald. It's
Yeah.
not. That's not the video. Like
And-
it's fuck this man because he's inflating the police budget. He's cutting money across every single department. This man has cut education. He's cut housing. He's cut parks.
And
He's
for
cut
context.
libraries. Meanwhile, he's signing historic deals, inflating the police department's budget, right? This is a man, they give $860 million to Rikers, but he cut into $17 million from the reentry programs for the people at
Exactly.
Rikers. You see what I'm saying?
I
He's
saw
telling
you-
us all
yeah.
this lip service. Yeah, there's reasons.
And
Yes.
the context, like you said, for those of y'all watching us, please go watch Olay video.
Yeah,
It'll-
they're going to be in the
It'll
description
explain
for sure.
it a lot more simpler why, like,
Yeah, I'll make sure I'll put
Yeah.
all of them. So I'll put her full piece that came out months ago, and then I'll do the Breakfast Club, and then you'll see her respond because
Yeah.
you pretty much did a fact check to your own interview of the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
So I'll put that.
Yep.
I'll put all those will be in the description so y'all can watch it. Yeah, this is the one I want to read right here. The movement, Laura, epitomizes everything a true New Yorkers are against. Do you think for a moment that the community board and the block associations agree with what this misinformed person stands for? Anyway, I will get back in a couple days after the funeral tomorrow for police officer Jonathan Diller, the very person you dismissed today. Rest assured, though, if you need help this weekend, we will lay our lives down just to protect you. Talk soon. And this nigga tagged all the other NYPD,
and they kept, and then when I blocked them, they kept it up. Then they're like, "Oh, you come meet us at the funeral." Like, nigga, if you don't fuck yourself.
That's what that was. Okay, yeah. That's the one that CJ sent me. Okay. These niggas was they was like, meet us at the funeral at 10 a.m. on some shit.
I ain't gonna
like,
lie, yo, they really gangsta.
I was just about to say, like, these
this is some gangster shit. What
they
the
don't
fuck?
got no tickets to write. Like,
That's
and
the thing is though, but the funny thing is that really proves that's the part that makes me, if there's a safety element to be concerned about, because the fact that they are doing that. And in my interview, I said to Eric, I said NYPD uses their Twitter to sensationalize crime and harass journalists, right?
He says
no, and then look at NYPD on fucking Maine doing exactly that.
Exactly, and that's the irony.
So it's like, you just proving the point. And I'm like, you know what I think is funny? They want to say misinformed, but can't say not one thing that they say I'm misinformed about.
It's just a buzzword.
Yeah, you just use it.
Ugly.
Yeah, you just using it. Yeah.
Yeah, because once you put that label on you, anybody who's listening to you can just be like, oh, well, that's probably not true.
Yeah, they can't say stupid.
Right. Meanwhile. Yeah, it was funny, and I'm like, I didn't have to make a receipts video because everybody knew, because again, I was quoting the actual, like, it was very clear. I'm telling you who the judge is, the monitor, the this, the that. It's very obvious that these are the actual receipts. Plus, the man was there having to eventually fucking cave into it. Like, he knows it's the case, but I was like, it's too easily verifiable. It's too exact for me to not. If y'all want to talk shit, just because I'm like, if you're this annoyed by this interview, bet. I got something for that ass. Let me put it out.
Yo,
I literally got up at 3 in the morning.
These niggas is really gang members. This is the patrol chief. This chief patrol. Good morning.
Dead ass.
Good morning, Jeff. Just for the record, I'm the chief of patrol, not the chief of department. Can you have your editor correct this? Thank you. This nigga's like, please correct us coming at her like right now, so that we could tell everybody's title can be fully assessed and shit.
Put some more respect in my status. So
what the fuck? But I used to watch like little videos of like NYPD like hopping out on niggas on the block, like on some gang shit for real. Like,
like what's up, little dude
like,
from across the street?
Nobody has, nothing says police. They jumping out in all black. They're like, the people, like the hood niggas is like, these are the police. These are the police. But like these niggas is pulling up on some like, what's up, nigga? What you got in your pocket? Like, run that. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
I put out a tweet that was like, basically, here's my thing, right? The funny thing is they're only proving my point, because my exact issue is what I keep trying to tell people is that New York City is a fucking police state. Like, they're always the propaganda of it, of trying to paint it. They're always trying to paint it like this is this fucking leftist place and all these like progressive ideas. What I think is important and we need to understand is that Olayemi Olurin is not the mayor, and I'm not a fucking council member or a legislator. None of my political views are policy in this fucking city. They have the largest police department in the country. They have 36,000 police officers. They get more than $11 billion a year. And Eric Adams gave them the same last year when he was telling y'all, migrant crisis, we poor, we have to cut money from all the budgets and departments. That same year is when he gave the fucking Police Benevolent Association, he signed like the third voluntary contract like this in 30 years, giving them all massive new wages and all this different stuff. So it's not like they love to talk all this shit, like trying to convince people like, oh, we leftists and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, y'all are the problem at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you think is happening in the city. If something wrong, right, whatever have you, if it's wrong, if there's crime or whatever, it's the police and them's fault, because those are the people who's in power. That's who's in power. Like, they have this attitude that's like, oh, if there's crime, it's going to be like, see leftists what? None of my fucking beliefs are policy. They're a bunch of police. Yeah. Like, the police is the fucking mayor, nigga. Yeah. So
this is crazy.
If somebody's fucking up, if there's crime, whose fault?
Yeah, and also in conclusion, Nation of Islam, tap in with Olay. You know what I'm saying? Just in case these niggas start playing with us,
Hell yeah, the 5% is all them.
Make sure
black.
I was literally just saying today, I was like, dog, I asked CJ, I was like, CJ, you would move to Jersey or somewhere else? And then I was like, you know what's the thing?
Time to get up
it don't even make no sense But here's the problem. I was like, I would move to Jersey only like so I could talk to, so I could safely criticize NYPD and the mayor. But then obviously start focusing my attentions on the Jersey police.
Yeah, because you can't live nowhere without looking into where the fuck what's actually happening.
No, honestly, if y'all know the videos that I have lined up this year, I literally told CJ today, I was like, I'm gonna keep it up, and we're not gonna be able to travel safe if we are in this country. I have a great.
Nation of Islam tap in. We need some. I
put out an op-ed the other day, like in essence, like on talking about like the black, like this problem of like tough on crime, black politicians like this in general. So I didn't just talk about Eric Adams in New York. I talked about Sherelle Parker in Philadelphia, Muriel Bowser in DC, all of them in Atlanta. Yeah, I called my sister in Atlanta, like, hey, you need to stop going by your last name. You need to use your husband's last name. She's like,
you're gonna lose your privileges.
And now I gotta go down to Atlanta. I'm like,
So you out here just being a meddling kid, just fucking
just terrorizing these niggas. Just terrorizing the police department.
Pissing off all these people.
They have to stop their shit. People have to know better, because the thing is like there's this myth that like black people support this, right? Like Eric Adams and these characters will go get a bunch of support from black people, but it's because they're lying to black people.
And they literally don't even know what's actually happening.
They're not.
And what type of is like there a cure for Eric Adams? Like what type of virus is he? Or like is he the type that you just have to kill the host? Like you just got to get rid of this nigga? Like what type of is like can you just give him an antibiotic kind of,
knock that out in 7 days.
You know what I mean? Like what type of? Because you've actually talked to him. Like, is there a fix for this nigga?
No. Eric Adams is deep. I don't. Because
he seemed cool.
I don't know. I know AJ seen it, but y'all probably not seen it, right? Let me tell you Eric Adams. Let me tell you his origin story right quick. Let me give y'all Eric Adams' origin story by his own fucking words and admission that was in the Atlanta.
This is pretty deep. Yeah.
Eric Adams, when he was a child, when he was a teenager, he was a gang member, right? Running around doing gang shit, right? With his friend. Like, him and his brother running around stealing, doing crime, right? So one day the police arrest him, and the police beat the fucking dog shit out of Eric Adams and his brother, which made his brother, they beat him so bad, he was 14, they beat him so fucking bad that he had like blood in his urine and stuff for days, right? Like fucked him up and sent him, now, the other brother decides, fuck the police, like a sensible nigga, right?
But
Eric Adams said a black cop had come in the room after, like, the black cop let them beat him up for a long time. Then when he decides, hey, all right, enough. Eric Adams sees that and says, that nigga's got the juice. That's what real power looks like. Yeah. He literally said that, the juice. That's what real power look like. He's like, so he realized trade in one gang for the next. He was like, this, like the police officer, that's where he gonna get the real juice and the power and authority and be respected.
So
this is quite literally a comic book villain nigga.
It is.
Okay, so there's
it's authentic as hell.
So, damn.
Like that's his actual story. That's what I'm saying. Receipts.
So there is no.
There's
no pill.
It's too deep. It's way too deep.
It's way too deep.
Do you know how deeply of a nigga? No, like, do we understand what kind of villain levels you have to aspire for power that a nigga beat the shit out of you, and instead of getting mad, you say, "That nigga's powerful."
That turns you on.
Yeah.
Position of power.
Checkmate, nigga.
It's shit like that. It's just like you're like, wow.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Because I think when I first watched your video and you covered that, I think I texted you immediately. I said, "Oh my God, this is."
But that also makes sense. Like if you're a criminal, if you're an actual criminal, and you see somebody with a lot of power, you're gonna do what every criminal does, and try to become that nigga.
Yeah,
so it's like,
exactly.
And
so
it's ingrained.
My role for me is and that's the thing, and I think this is important, and I want to make sure I say this. At no point in time in that interview did I ever like have to editorialize. I never have to offer my personal feelings. Like I didn't go on a soapbox. I wasn't like, that's so wrong. Did you do this to black people as a black person? All I did was present factually what his administration is doing. I didn't even have to offer an opinion because the facts is he can't defend it. He can only work by having people not know it. If black people know that shit, they will not support you. Period. So he just lies. So my job is to make sure that people know what the truth is.
Hold that nigga accountable.
Olay out here dropping 40. It's a beautiful. We just finished the first quarter of this year, y'all.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
We just finished the first quarter. You
We're
know
not
what I'm
even
saying?
at halftime, Olay.
Not even at halftime.
You need to drink some Gatorade.
Everybody's
and
out
chill.
here dropping 40 on niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, honestly, that's my my big moment for the year, son. Because
Yeah, it's up.
yeah, getting to play with the mayor directly is beautiful, and so yeah, I'm like Charlamagne has earned a considerable amount of grace from me, and people are gonna have to feel how they feel about it, but I'm not just about to be kicking Charlamagne back in arbitrarily.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
You gotta get a little time before you get back to it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's how it is.
And I was about to say, you're a true activist now. You ready to get paid off? Have you been offered?
Listen, here's the funny thing. I think I'm the worst. I think I'm the worst kind of nigga because you can't buy me. Like, you literally cannot buy me. I don't have any interest. None. I always tell CJ, I'm like, let me tell you, when people always be trying to talk about I should run for office, which, by the way, I'm not even a U.S. citizen. I can't.
It's
but
impossible,
I would never do it. I don't want to be in politics.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be in politics. I don't want to be nobody's politician at all.
Yeah,
but if I was a politician, they would get me the fuck up out of here so quickly.
Your intentions
Niggas
are
would
too
take
pure.
me out the game. Because I'd be here doing everything for niggas.
Don't worry, Olay, because I might run later. I've already telegraphed this in my 50s and 60s. I might run and I'm gonna need a strong corner. You know what I'm saying?
Be worse than Eric Adams.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't mind assimilating. Then when we get up in that bitch, go crazy. You know.
You said it the minute you said I'm gonna run some. I like envisioned you in like literally in the interview, just like Eric Adams with the Aaron talking fuck.
Literally.
I would do way better. I would do way better. I would keep it real. But I'm gonna cater to everybody. I'm gonna do what we got to do to win.
Yeah.
And then once we're in there. That's when we go crazy.
But you see, Olay, he's lying. He's gonna be just like Eric Adams. You see what he's saying? I'm gonna play dirty. I'm gonna play dirty to get my foot in the door.
You have to play dirty to get in there.
I'm gonna take my foot out and clean it. Like, nigga, what?
It's a dirty game.
You
can't get in there clean.
If I had to put my money on which one of y'all would be the most caring leader, it's gonna be Jay Nobles.
That's gay.
No.
Now we have to deal with this nigga for the next 2 hours.
Olay.
That's crazy.
Olay. Why? Like, where did that come from?
Because Jay Nobles is the most thoughtful. Like,
I am the most thought-provoking.
And yeah, Jay Nobles, I think, makes the most effort to be like, when you watch it, if you tell him to like, okay, let me hear more of those other perspectives.
Now, Olay, I agree. I'm going to take it a step further. This
nigga cross his fucking legs and everything.
He's the worst guy.
I didn't even know
You don't even believe
This nigga started crossing his legs.
I'm sorry. It's just a natural, intellect thing. Oh my God, Olay, look what you just turned my friends and get me. Oh my God, about to be a Julius Caesar.
He's the most.
Listen, we had to know it.
I think you think the least honest.
Look, Olay knows more than you. I trust her word.
Yeah, okay. You have to.
I can't hold on, but I text AJ the other day when I was watching the segment where y'all mentioned me when Tone was like, what Tone say?
Oh, he said, he's like, I'm gonna hit you with one of Olay tactics.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, prove your point. And I don't remember who responded to him like, oh, don't do what women do. I was like, no, that's what lawyers do, nigga. That's what's right.
You know, it was actually the guy that you're talking about right now.
No,
but you see the thing with this nigga is like,
I know, but here's the thing. Hold on. I'm an actual watcher. I'm actually a member of Homeroom University, so I know who's guilty the most. I know he had one slip up.
Exactly.
I can hold
and that's what. And Olay, fuck what they talk. Even if that did happen, I'm still a great leader. Why? I'm a great leader.
Why?
I can't believe you just let this battery in his back.
Wow, Olay, you're so smart.
Olay, this is gonna carry over into the rest of the show.
AJ would be an excellent campaign manager. Like, AJ's gonna get you elected. Like,
I can see that.
Like, AJ would make an excellent Cyrus Bean. Like, AJ gonna do what the fuck is necessary to get you in office.
We are gonna get, if you want to get in there, we're gonna get you in there for sure.
And if somebody talking too much, we got FMAC to handle our business. Get the nigga out of here.
Yeah. But shit, we gotta wrap this up. We'll make sure. I'll make sure.
All right.
Everything is gonna be tagged in there, of course, in the description and all that. But you're the first segment, so you got us.
I'm going. We told you I'm going to rally. I'm going to rally in like next month.
Yes. So
when I go, I'm gonna be there.
Yep. Say less. So Olay in-person appearance is coming very soon again, y'all. So hey, we appreciate you calling in, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. We're gonna finish out this
Bye,
show.
y'all.
All right, y'all.
See ya. You be safe.
All right, man.
Nobody would vote for you.
I can't believe she put that.
I can't believe that shit.
We vote for this guy.
It's the worst one, bro.
Okay, we can. Oh my
You're
God,
the worst.
I can't wait until next week on LOI the show. We're gonna continue this conversation.
I know it.
What's my loss? What's most important to
This
me?
nigga said fuck podcasting. I gotta organize my campaign
y'all
right
niggas
now.
suck. Y'all niggas need to strive for better. Strive for being a leader.
All right, man. Shout out to
puppet?
Olay. Make sure y'all look in the description of this podcast. You'll be able to find her YouTube channel and all her links and everything and all that stuff. So let's move over. We're gonna go back and forth, but let's get over to